Hey, Cryptspider, this is Zycro. I'm just giving you a video response, as promised. Sorry, this is kind of impromptu and hasty. I'm ready for bed in my pajamas and everything. Just got back from work and it's late at night. So this is going to be really fast. And I'm going to quote you. I wrote down what you said. You said, "There's such a wealth of experiences that there's no way you can go through every fraction of them in a single lifetime." That's true. And you, in this case, you were talking about, the despair of life and running out of, experiences and that sort of thing. And I agree with you that there's basically an infinite combination of experiences in life. However, the problem therein is that there is a finite number of human responses to those experiences. Things are going to stimulate your intellect, exercise your body, get your adrenaline going, scare the shit out of you. You're going to have joy in relationships. You're going to have joy of accomplishment. I can't list them all, but the number of human experiences is finite, even if the number of experiences is infinite. So that's why I say it doesn't matter how much ice cream there is, because your reaction to all those types of ice creams is going to be a finite number of reactions that are going to become repetitious. Then you ask, when is enough going to be enough for you? Do you want things to get better and better forever? Isn't that a bit childish? This is your question in response to my statement that life does get tiring after a while. And I don't think it's childish to say that a person should always go for something better, or should. It's not childish for someone to seek more of a good thing. If it was, then, anytime anyone had any motivation to get out there and do something, regardless of their age, they'd be looked at as childish. You ask, have I ever heard of a balanced lifestyle? Yeah, definitely true. And, you're kind of accusing me of being, just going after a hedonistic type lifestyle and not being satisfied with the experiences in life. And a balanced lifestyle, as far as I understand, includes of course, psychological well-being, exercise, relations with friends and family, and going after an education, pursuing intellectual matters, and also, I don't know if this is common in Europe or not, but at least in the United States, most people would say part of a balanced lifestyle is to have some type of spiritual experience. So yeah, in answer to your question, I have heard of a balanced lifestyle. However, a balanced lifestyle does seem to, it kind of falls into well, I don't know where I'm going with this. It's kind of late. I apologize. Okay, in response to my saying that Ecclesiastes states that there's nothing new under the sun, you said, was there a film industry during the time that Ecclesiastes was written, or did they have an internet? And obviously, no, they did not. But keep in mind that Ecclesiastes was written by a philosopher king, if you will, who was grand in battle and had 700 wives. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that this guy led a lifestyle that almost no other person has, and had some really, really highs and really, real lows. And they didn't have the internet, but people are on the internet and they're doing. People are lonelier than ever in some ways. I'm not bashing the internet. I'm just saying that the internet itself is not so awesome that it replaces, human experience of somebody who wrote Ecclesiastes, that being Solomon. I'm sure that he had plenty of social contacts and access to intellectual information and things that the internet is known to provide. Maybe he didn't play World of Warcraft, but, basically he did, except it was, RL World of Warcraft. And anyway, it goes back to the finite number of human experiences point. And just because the elements of something have been used before doesn't mean that there's nothing new, because there's always new combinations. That's true, but I'm going to go back to the finite number of human responses to those new combinations point. There is no conceivable purpose or meaning that that would require eternity. Well, that's debatable. Have you ever? I mean, of course, you've lived a human life, and you sometimes have gone out and looked at the stars. Um, I don't know about you, but I just don't see, say, at best, 100 years of my life being enough. Um, Probably before I was born again, I did, but since then, uh, I work, over 40 hours a week, and just the small amount of time that I have to experience, things in life like, that I really enjoy, like friends and family, or being in creation, or just sitting down with a good book, or learning something. Uh, Even fellowship in times of worship. There isn't enough of that. I don't think there's enough of that at all. Not for 100 years. I think that eternity is it's not going to be too long. Um, if the universe and if God is infinite, if there is infinite universe, well, the universe seems to be finite. But if the greater component of what composes the universe is infinite, then I do think that an eternity of existence is sufficient. It would be necessary to experience it all. You quote, "The born again thing is kind of annoying because you seem to be saying you're privy to some kind of knowledge or experience that the rest of us aren't." Um, I don't know why it would be annoying, because I'm positive that you're privy to experiences and knowledges that I'm not privy to. But I do think that someone who is born again is privy to knowledge and experience that the rest of that people who are not born again are not privy to. And the reason that I would say that is because you summarize at the end that an eternity of joy is the ultimate in self-indulgence, and you also said that there's no conceivable purpose or meaning that would require eternity. I think the thing that would require eternity, or that justifies my wanting eternity, is the amount of joy that I have come to know since I've been born again. It is a feeling that you said is the ultimate self-indulgence. You can call it whatever you want. I don't care. It is a feeling so good that I have no problem saying I could enjoy this forever. And when you combine that with the possibility of being privy to really interesting knowledge and experiences, and for the rest of eternity, I've got no problem with that as well. I don't care if it's the ultimate in self-indulgence. That doesn't matter. In some ways, you could say that the motivations for knowing the Lord are entirely selfish, and I don't think there's really any problem with that. Anyway, peace from New Hampshire.